first off, we have to say a big congratulations to all of you and all of your fellow actors, because just this morning, the cast of Downton Abbey was nominated for a Screen Actors Guild Award for Outstanding Performance by an ensemble in a drama series. This is your 4th nomination. You guys have already won it twice, so congrats.
Thank you. Every week, millions of people all over the world on a Sunday night always look forward to watching Downton Abbey. And now it's the final season. How does it feel?
It's bittersweet for us, and it felt like the right time to end. I think it was a good time to end the show, but even so, we're very sad to say goodbye. Yeah.
Elizabeth, a lot of celebrities are addicted to Downton Abbey, like P. Diddy. He said he was in tears when his favorite character was killed off of the show. What do you think? How do you feel? What happens when you hear stuff like P. Diddy loving Downton Abbey and crying like that?
I say, I love you, P. Diddy.
And also, we just heard that you're going to be part of the Rose Parade on New Year's.
That's what they have me doing now. It's doing the wave on the float.
So there's a Downton Abbey. So there's a Downton Abbey float.
There's a Downton Abbey float. Yes.
Really?
When it's a Downton Abbey float, you kind of got to be on it.
I want to be on it. You think I'd fit in?
Well, now, but P. Diddy, I'm afraid.
Now, the show is set in England in the early 1900s, and there's great attention to detail, the wardrobe, even the table manners, and I heard that this led to Asparagus Gate. So, Hugh, tell us about Asparagus Gate.
Oh, that was all my fault. We have a historical advisor on the show whose attention to detail is second to none, and he happened not to be there on a particular day when we were having asparagus served in the dining room scene, and I suddenly got the panics that back in 1912 they may have not eaten it with their fingers. They might have used a knife and fork. You know, I didn't know what the etiquette was. We couldn't reach Alistair on the phone, and so we played safe and chopped all the asparagus up and pretended they were beans. When we finally got in touch with Alistair, he said, "Of course you use your fingers."
I think I would have called it your way. Yeah, they seem to be a pretty buttoned up group of people in the Abbey. And Michelle, you're a character, Lady Mary, as we saw, very buttoned up, and can be, as her younger sister Edith says, a nasty, jealous, scheming bitch. Which is, I didn't say it.
She says it twice.
So we heard that you actually once in real life unleashed your own inner Lady Mary. So tell us about that.
I did once. So Laura Carmichael and I, Lady Edith, we are great friends in real life, much to everyone's surprise. And occasionally we would share a hotel room if there was a kind of mess up in the bookings or something, and have a sleepover. And one evening, we could hear, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning or something, we woke up, and there were some noisy boys downstairs just having a party. And so I said, right, that's it. We're up so early tomorrow, I've got to go and tell them to shut up. So I went downstairs, and he opened the door, to which I think he probably knew who I was, having been in the hotel and seen us all there before.
Right.
And I just turned into her and said, "Excuse me, you're making a hell of a lot of noise. You're keeping us awake. Will you keep it down?" Laura said, and they did. I went back upstairs, and Laura said, you turned into Lady Mary. It was hilarious. I could hear you. But she said, "Have you seen what you're wearing?" I was wearing a pair of pants, or panties, as you call them, and a Pink Floyd T-shirt.
So that might have been embarrassing for them, actually.
Maybe that's why they shut up.
They opened the door, they were like, "Score!"
What arrived 2 days later?
What arrived 2 days later was a huge case of champagne saying, "Serendipity collided with stupidity, and I ruined your evening." So, whoever he is out there. And the crate of champagne lasted about 2 nights.
Now, Hugh, is it true that you used to keep your waistcoat pocket full of sausages?
Yeah, I have an eating disorder. Now, this is because, particularly in the first season, we had a rather unresponsive Labrador who had no sense of humour or interest in life. His only interest was in little bits of sausage. So, the very first the very first shot of me with my faithful hound walking down the grand staircase in the castle, the only reason that the dog was obediently by my side was because I had a tiny bit of sausage in me.
That worked very well with Lady Cora as well.
I'll have much more with the cast of Downton Abbey when we come right back.
With Michelle Dockery, Elizabeth McGovern, and Hugh Bonneville. Michelle, over the years, your character, Lady Mary, has dealt with more than her fair share of love and loss. If you had the power to bring back any of your previous lovers, your late husband Matthew, your dear sister Sybil, not your lover, or the late great lover, the Turkish diplomat.
Oh, yeah.
I already know who I voted for. Who would you bring back to Downton?
I think it would have to be Pamuk, the Turkish diplomat. Good choice. Just for one night.
And
I don't think he'd want to come back after spending a night with me.
She's exacting standards in every way.
Now, Elizabeth, in the new season of Downton Abbey, your character, Cora, gets into a disagreement with Dame Maggie Smith, who plays the Dowager Countess. So what was that like, being at odds with her?
Terrifying.
Yeah.
Why, did she just get into character? Are you speaking about the character she portrays? Because I want to take her on.
Character.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Is she intimidating, though?
Well, we all, well,
Yes.
In a word, yes.
Thank you.
Everyone sits straighter and walks on set. Now, this final season of Downton Abbey is filled with touching moments, tense moments. There are weddings. There's a pregnancy. Someone gets a new puppy.
Not from the pregnancy.
Not from the pregnancy. Somebody gets blackmailed. Just another day at the Abbey. What was it like for you, Hugh, to get the final script?
I actually, when it was handed to me, we were filming at the castle, and I got one of the assistants to film me looking at the script, because I turned straight to the last scene. I wanted to see what my reaction was going to be. A, was I still in it? And B, how did the show wrap up? So I turned to that final scene and I read it, and I had a look on my face, I suppose, that said, "That's about right."
Michelle.
Yeah.
So you and Lady Edith, you don't get along on the show, but the young lady that plays Laura Carmichael, you guys are really good friends.
We are.
So, okay, so how did you say goodbye to Downton together?
Well, Laura and I, at the last day of Highclere. So that was one moment, which was after our big press tour in London. We were staying at, the conference was in a hotel, and we decided to stay at the hotel and drink champagne till the wee hours.
Yes.
That was earlier on in the evening. We didn't look like that by the end of the But I'll tell this quickly, but when we wrapped at Highclere Castle, Laura and I, we were all very emotional, and we held hands and walked through each room together for the last time, and then we walked out onto the lawn to what I call Matthew's bench, which is where all those lovely scenes happened with Matthew and Mary. And Laura said, it doesn't seem fair. Some people don't experience this much joy in a lifetime, and we've had it in 6 years. And it really kind of summed up the whole thing. And then we partied a lot. As you do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of language.
All right, Hugh, what would you like to say to all your American fans who just adore Downton, adore you all, that have been with you every Sunday night over the last 5 years?
Well, the obvious thing really is to say thank you. I mean, the way that America has embraced our show took us all by surprise, and it's rolled out around the world and has been taken to millions of people's hearts, and we're forever grateful. But I think the fact is, like us, we can all now go and get a life.
No! I just want to put the two Brits on the spot for just a moment. Hugh, can you do a true thick New York accent for us? Since we are in the great... And Michelle, you're next. Michelle's not going to...
I have no idea.
Just say...
what do I say?
Say the phrase, get out of here. But they say one word, get out of here.
Get out of here.
Yes! I'm not even going to put Michelle on the spot. Michelle Dockery, Elizabeth McGovern, Hugh Tough Guy Bonneville, thank you. Downton Abbey, the final season premieres January 3rd on Masterpiece on PBS, and the first 5 seasons of Downton Abbey are now available on DVD and Blu-ray. However, everybody in today's studio audience is going home with it. For your chance to win the DVD set at home, go to the Talk Dec